Well, Sonic, we successfully defeated Eggman again and his giant death egg robot. Now we have our new friend Knuckles here to help us with any threats in the future. Alright, now we just gotta get ready to watch Sonic 2, hopefully become a moneymaker like the last one, and get ready for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, now that it was officially announced. Oh boy, I can't wait to see Shadow. I know everyone really thinks he's gonna show up, especially since the logo is revealed with that big giant red 3. Shouldn't have, if it's red, shouldn't it have been me first? No, because you were in this movie. If you wanted a solo movie, you should have told us. Anyway, Tails, I know you want it. I know most of the people are predicting it too, but quite honestly, we're pretty sure Metal Sonic is coming, not Shadow, like Paul Westerfield and many other very talented YouTubers correctly identified. How do you know that, Sonic? Well, for one, here he comes right now. He's not going to say anything because he's not Neo Metal Sonic, I hope, but he's clearly going to be in the third movie. Well, if this Paul guy is so smart, then did he predict this one? I'm not getting a solo movie. Really? No one predicted that, Knuckles. No. I'm getting my own spin-off series on Paramount Plus. Okay, so I didn't get everything right. Hello everyone, judging by that opening, you can probably tell that we are once again talking Sonic Movie 2 and what's coming in the future. As I correctly predicted in my last video talking about Sonic 2 and the future of Sonic movies, which you can find in the description below if you haven't seen yet, I identified that Metal Sonic was most likely going to be in Sonic Movie 3 over Shadow the Hedgehog as much as I'd like to see Shadow. Since then, we officially got a release of the title from Paramount. It is not only officially called Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which took that out that I was hoping to see, but it also gave us an interesting little tidbit. The 3 in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 this time around is a giant red 3, which immediately got the wheels rolling in people's heads. The majority of people are saying, oh my gosh, it's a big red 3. That means Shadow is coming. Oh my gosh, Shadow's going to be next. To those people, you're adorable. Now sit back down and listen. 1. Notice the shape of the 3, especially given that with Tails we got that little note. We got that little addition to the 2 in the logo for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, with his tails being at the end of the 2 and it being bright yellow. With that logic, especially with the onslaught of fan designs that the logos have received, you would think that they would do something like that for Shadow, give them the little tufts of his hair in the back of the 3. But no, we simply got a big red 3. Now one could say, no, they're trying to be subtle to surprise us with it. Others might say, no, they're just being lazy and giving us a generic 3. But I think it's a little more than either of those. Note carefully that the 3 is somewhat stylized. It seems to have sort of a blocky, almost like design to it. Instead of just a generic block 3. I think that is deliberate, to give a more distinct style to the 3 without giving too much away, and playing with our expectations. Step 2 is everyone saying, oh wait, it's red, but Knuckles is already in the movies, so who else would be red? Oh my gosh, Shadow, he's really red, he's gotta be it. Think about the ultimate life form for a second, if you will. What is the main color associated with Shadow? Black. Not red. Black. Red is his highlights. I may give an example. The majority of Shadow's body is black, with the red tufts and designs on his outfit. While I know black wouldn't show up very good against the rest of the logo, because it's against the black screen, wouldn't they at least outline this a bit more? Like maybe do the red and give little black tufts? And my third point that I think is the biggest factor of this is think about it. Especially with that design, I think that red 3 is supposed to signify a certain someone's glowing signature, glowing red eyes. Also, this would make an awesome thumbnail. Too late. Still though, think carefully and look carefully at Metal Sonic. He has his signature glowing red eyes. It's distinct, gives him a lot of intimidation and personality with that alone, and was used heavily in the Sonic OVA. And as I stated repeatedly, Robotnik, especially if Sonic 2 goes the way I'm thinking it's going, Robotnik is highly unlikely to want to try and work with other animals or humans after his partnership with Knuckles fails in this movie. I'm betting. Because he so dearly loves his machines, wouldn't it make more sense to take the quill that I assume he still has and make a Sonic that will actually work for him? Remember, in virtually every single incarnation, Metal Sonic, even when he does something against Eggman's orders, is doing it for Eggman. In the IDW comics, he takes over all of Angel Island and assumes the guise of Eggman because he can't find Eggman. He's doing it for him, not to replace him or beat him. Even Neo Metal Sonic does what he does and conquers all of Angel Island for Robotnik, not for himself. So with all of that, as much as I would like to see Shadow, much as I'd love to see Shadow, I think he's pretty unlikely. Just putting it out there. Sorry, guys. Now, what this means for Amy, I really can't say. We'd have to get a trailer first before I could get any sign. Like, we'd have to get a trailer or at least a poster first before I could say any of that. But the 3 told me a lot, personally. And quite honestly, we can all agree that I called it since my review of the first movie 3 days after it came out. I called it, guys, that Metal Sonic is clearly going to be in these movies and that he needs to be. So what do you guys say to that, doubters? Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad that you all came out to hear my thoughts about the new logo and to continue to express my excitement for Sonic Movie 2, which I'm still thrilled by. We've also gotten that an IDW prequel comic is going to come out in paperback a few days before the movie premieres in April that I am absolutely thrilled for, and I can't wait to get a good look at. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to read it and probably give an honest opinion of it. I've got some very fun projects coming up and plenty of quick dancings to do, including a proper review of the Cuphead show on Netflix once I finish watching it. So if you want to watch all that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I'm going live or uploading a new video. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting my channel, and okay, let's talk about the red elephant in the room. I do this far too often, especially around my friends, but I'm going to have to do it again for this. Quite possibly one of, if not my favorite line in the first Sonic movie, said by Jim Carrey, I have to pull out here. because it was my exact reaction to not only the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 logo getting released, but the official announcement of Knuckles getting an official spin-off series on Paramount Plus. I was not expecting that. But I expected not to expect something, so it doesn't count. For all the jokes I've just been making, I am very surprised and very excited about this. But oh no. Okay. Hear me out fully. I love Knuckles. Knuckles is probably one of my favorite characters. He is one of my favorite designs of any character in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. I'm ecstatic to see him in this movie. I think Idris Elba is going to do a phenomenal job. And I know that no matter what happens in this movie, that the spin-off series could be very interesting because it's been announced no matter what happens in the movie. It's probably going to be a prequel series, which I'm all for, given how we saw the echidnas at the beginning of the first Sonic movie. But this is where a boatload of concerns come in. I mean a boatload. It's a solo spin-off series of these movies going on Paramount Plus / CBS All Access. I only have 2 words. Camp Coral. This is where my concern comes in. The third SpongeBob movie, SpongeBob, was a giant trailer for a spin-off series that no one was happy with and no one wanted. That the animation in the show nowhere near as good as the animation in the movie because, of course, the show did not have the movie's budget, but it was still a problem. No matter what animation style this movie has, no, not this movie, the spin-off series has, I can't see it working if this happens again. The series cannot have the budget that a full-fledged movie does. So no matter how good Knuckles and Tails and everyone has been looking in the movies, there is no way it will look as good in the series, especially if it's all CGI. That really scares me. I'm very glad to hear that Knuckles gets a solo series, at least so far in the movies. He's the character that deserves it the most. His backstories are always fascinating when we're given time to actually. But I'm very scared. Very scared about this. I'm not just going to say, oh, the series is going to suck. But I can say, I'm afraid. It doesn't come out until next year at the earliest. We got plenty more Sonic stuff on the way, and of course we got the actual sequel that I'm very thrilled about. But I will say it now. I'll admit it now. If you get another end credit scene,